For any bank registered in Malta, you are guaranteed 100,000 euros protection from the government. If you are here with your family, it is really important that you find a place where the school is great. The college covering this catchment area is amazing. Well, this is one of the many gardens in Malta. This place is called St. Anton Gardens. Attard is said to be one of the most prestigious areas in Malta. They used to actually refer this place to like GRA, maybe because the president's official residential apartment is right here in Attard, behind the palace. Presidential. So I just thought to, talk about something that would I say as a follow-up of the last video that I did, still in terms of financing. And I mentioned how we do our own financing, put our funds together, save some, we invest some. First of all, sorry, rewind. We put our funds together, we pay our tithes. We do not joke with our tithes at all. I can't even explain. I don't even care what is being said online. For us, we just take out our 10% tithes, we'll remove our monthly expenses, we'll save some and invest some. So I'm talking about the invest bit now. Because trust me to always, share whatever knowledge I feel will be useful to people. Is that not a dog without leash? Is that a dog or a cat? Sorry, I'm like that because I don't like all this dog. It's like this place is an animal park or what? Okay, no, it's a cat. Well, so I'm all about just sharing knowledge, sharing information as much as possible. Recently, we found out another way through which one can actually save. If you bank with more like the very popular regular banks, more likely than not, you'll be getting a very ridiculous interest. Interest rate is little or not, maybe 0.001. Nothing, it's non-existent, no matter how much you save. So we now found out, okay, we now started checking for ways where we can, other banks that, would I call them commercial banks or just financial houses? And I will be using Revolut as an example. I find Revolut extremely convenient. Transfers are free. Once you arrive in Malta, if you're a student or if you're working, or even though you already work here and you live here and you have a normal bank, just have a Revolut account. The interest rate on Revolut is quite good. I think the last I checked was about 2.9. And you will just start looking at things and you'll be like, okay, it's really small and all, but whether you like it or not, if you calculate it, there was something my husband said to me one day, and I'll ask you that question as well. So would you rather take 2 million euros in one go, or you rather take 0.01 every day and it will be doubling? For example, today you get 0.01, tomorrow it will be double to 0.0 to calculate it and see in 30 days what you will get. Anyway, financing, like recently I've really tried to start opening up to other, because me, I'm not a risk taker at all when it comes to finance and stuff. Even though it's just 10,000 euros you have, just keep it there and see what you'll be getting every day. And I like the fact that on Revolut you would actually see how much, like, they'll be paying you the interest every day. You can be getting like 1.2 euros every day. Calculate 1.2 euros times 365 days. Obviously you'll be getting over almost 400 euros or something, compared to your funds just sitting down in an account that is not yielding anything. I know that abroad generally, most banks, like I remember back home in Nigeria, if you want to do treasury bills, for example, you can. So I think at some point it was about 18%, interest that was being paid and stuff. So in Malta, let me not use abroad generally, but in Malta the rates are really poor, but at least it's better than nothing. So what I'm just trying to say is, invest, look for banks that gives you very good offer. You could, aside even Revolut, there are a couple of other banks, where you could even do fixed deposit as well. gets up to like 3.5, 3.9% interest rate. And to open a bank account with all these banks I'm talking about, it's not as rigorous as if you were going to be opening with the big commercial banks. A few days ago, we opened one. I don't think they even ask for anything aside just making a residence card. You know, unlike some other banks that they would ask you, in fact, for your blood, just for you to open an account with them. So, I mean, these are other options and other opportunities you could avail yourself of while in Malta. Even though you feel that it is small, at the end of the year, worst case scenario, I get 350 euros. Nobody would dash me 350 euros. You know, that 350 euros, I will pay for something for my children at least, you know. So, yeah, so that's just what I wanted to talk about. If you're still looking to study and you know relocate to Malta via study alone, because man, I don't do work sponsorship. I don't do any of those. It's just study. Meanwhile, speaking about work, just saw on the news recently where people were actually arrested because either their work permits expired or they were just living illegally. So guys, be very careful when it comes to working and living without a valid residence permit. You know, they were just arrested randomly, and I don't know which location exactly was raided, but basically, you know, be careful out there. Hey, Mister. I'm still afraid of you, though. We're exiting the park now, or the garden rather. Summer has started. In fact, we are going through it. It is really, really hot. I'm sure it's about 35 degrees. Although today is quite windy, but the heat is quite unbearable. And it's holiday. Children are on holiday now. So if you want to take your kids out, you can bring them here. Oh, baby, what's that? A peacock? Yeah, peacock. Whoa. Oh my God, my children would have been so excited to see this. Baby, does it attack people? No. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Baby, where are the rest now? God is great. God is really, really great, to be honest. Like, oh, if you're looking for nature, just come here and sit down. It's a free park. Like, there's no park in Malta where you pay for. You know, just bring your children and hey, we should just come here one day and walk. Yeah, very fresh air. You know, sort of being in the house and the children wanting to explore, run around and the likes. This place is really big though. We've been walking for quite a bit. I won't really be going around Attard like that, but just some bits and pieces of Attard. Houses in Attard are generally expensive. They will be expensive, but now I feel that everywhere in Malta is quite expensive. But if you're going to rent in Attard, you're most likely going to be renting, because in Attard I don't think they allow very high-rise buildings. You'll be renting a place that is maybe like a block of 4, block of 6, pretty much, you know, or even a house, just a house to yourself. Prices will range. A 2-bedroom in Attard will be about 1,000 euros and above. If you get anything lower, then you're really lucky. By the way, the school in Attard is fantastic. I mean the government school, because as a family, if you are here with your family, it is really important that you find a place where the school is great. You know, where you can actually send your children to the government school in that location. Because private school is expensive. The primary school in Attard is like one of the best in Malta. And then the secondary school, the college covering this catchment area is amazing as well. In fact, my son is going into Form 1 secondary school this year, and we're trying to enroll him in a government school. He has to go to the government school in our locality, and the government school there is I'll reserve my comments, but you know, so we're trying to see if we could go to the government school in this catchment area, but they were like, no way. They emphasize that it is really, they cannot, I mean, you have to go to the school within your catchment area. We're even offering that, okay, no worries, even though it's far, we'll be dropping him off. Or they said no. They were really nice people, very pleasant people. Like, they were so nice. See, I feel that government establishments here so far, they are really, really cool. Like, it's not like, I don't know how to put it. You know how, anything that has to do with government in most places, the bureaucracy and how they treat you is always trash. But they were so nice. They kept following up with us. I mean, the Ministry of Education now, when we expressed our interest in registering, our son, they were really nice. Kept following up, conducted interviews, made sure the school contacted us directly, but then they didn't allow us register him in the school that we would have loved. And we can't start renting or buying a house in this area just because we want him to go to the school here. So we had to opt for something else.
Remember the days we were young, wild and free, basic getting sprung. We used to dance the night away, hang out the whole next day, laughing, having fun.
Can you see that church far up there? So that's one thing about Malta. Every locality will have at least one church. Emphasis on at least. Because trust me, there are some localities, I think in Leah, for example, they have like 5 churches. And it's such a tiny community. When I mean churches, Catholic churches. You just need to find like an English-speaking church, where you would understand what they're saying. All of these lights will lit up at night. And I think they have different days when they have the festa and stuff. So I think we've exited Attard now, and it's a community called Balzan. So in Malta, like all the cities and I don't know, everywhere is just interconnected. Like this locality, we can actually walk around in 1 hour and we'd cover 4 localities. We'll cover Attard, we'll cover Balzan, we'll cover Iklin, we'll cover Leah. We just passed the bank now, and one thing I was going to say is that for the savings account I mentioned, for any bank registered in Malta, you are guaranteed 100,000 euros protection from the government. What that means is that, God forbid, in the event that a bank folds up, you are assured of getting at least 100,000 euros back from the government. 100,000 euros of your money saved. So don't go and save 10,000 and feel that, oh, you get 100k. No. So if you have 100k in any bank registered in Malta, for sure, no matter what happens, you get 100,000 euros back. If you have 110 euros, 110,000 euros saved in Malta, in a bank registered in Malta, you get only 100,000 euros. So the 20,000 euros is gone. Oh, sorry, the 10,000 euros is gone. So what people do is that they spread the money across several banks, just so that they do not, their funds are guaranteed. So if, for example, there's this bank a place where you bank with, and you have hit the maximum threshold of 100,000 euros in that bank, they just move on to the next bank, so that at least, let's say their wealth is scattered around and they have assurance that they'll get their funds back in the event of anything. Because I remember back then in Nigeria, oh my God, there are several banks that at the end of the day, because of one problem or the other, the bank will fold up and your funds are gone. So in Malta, for any bank registered, you get your at least, they would protect you up to 100,000 euros. But for a bank like Revolut, by the way, Revolut is not registered in Malta. So because I am in Malta, when I registered and created my Revolut account, it was showing me, the location is Lithuania. Yeah, that's the name, Lithuania. So because it is not registered in Malta, you don't have that guarantee. However, Revolut itself guarantees you up to 22,000 euros. 22,000 euros. So if you save more than 22,000 euros and things go bad, you will not get anything more than 22k. Right? So again, you have more than one Revolut account, unfortunately. So it's good to just spread your funds around. Okay, so some of these banks, again, what I wanted to say is that not all of these banks are actually have a physical presence in Malta. Most of them are just digital banks where you transact. So I think this is the advantage that the big banks, the big commercial banks have, because you can always withdraw your funds and stuff. So most of all these banks, they don't have ATM machines, so you have to withdraw from the other banks, and usually there are charges if you exceed a particular limit. All right. So bye again. I just remember that very important bit and thoughts to share with you all.